Welcome back, everyone. The last time any of y'all saw me was on my consoles, but now here I am on a computer. It works. Finally got OBS. I've been recording on Metal and making small clips of me just having fun playing my games. But today I'm playing Minecraft to do a Minecraft showcase. So we have 4 worlds here, all of them different builds that I've made using the Eureka mod. Great mod, absolutely suggest it. Eureka is used to making boats and airships. Lots of fun to play on. I'll do the most recent world. Actually, I'm going to create a new world here. And just a reminder that my computer is not very good. It is a laptop that my mother got me thinking she thought that it was a gaming computer, and it is not. It is made specifically for work and school use, but not gaming. It's terrible at that. But the weather also I'm spawning, so I have to deal with that. See how slow it is. I only have 13 mods in this mod pack. Can you see how slowly it's loading? This is how crap my computer is. Here we are in a new world. Let's fly up. Also, by the way, I am in school. I should be in school right now, but I am quite sick today. So, you might not be heard, but I am sick today. Oh, village. But that out of the way. Let's grab our schematic table and 4 empty schematics. So we have the ether breaker. This one's going to take a while. So over here, let's get star cleaver. Actually, I forgot. I don't need a 4th one because the cloud serpent actually didn't even fly, and it was a waste of my time. Okay, star cleaver's done. Skysweeper's done. Aetherbreaker's almost done. And the longer it takes to do this, the bigger it is, so I'll do the Aetherbreaker last, because it's kind of laggy. I'm going to start with the Skysweeper, which is the latest one I've made. Let's grab this bad boy. Okay. So here's the size of this one. This one. That one. So this one is the sky sweeper. It's not that detailed. It was originally going to be just a forward design, but I decided to add a top part that originally was going to be just like an antenna tower, but ended up being its own cockpit with an antenna on top. And I'll just prep this. There it is. What's up? Hop in. Doors close. Right. Simple. There we go. Here's the craft. It does indeed fly, because that's how Eureka works. By default, V key is this end, and space is your ascend. Usually cruise control is C, but that's also my zoom button. So I switched it to my Q button, so make sure you don't have anything hold. Make sure I don't have anything hold in my hands, so I don't drop it. But that is the sky sweeper. And by the way, every single one of the designs were based off the Aether mod. Like sky, star, Aether, clouds, that kind of thing. And we'll get this next one in. Here is the this one is the Star Cleaver. It is made of pretty much only one block, that being polished cut as azurine from the Create mod. It's made of pretty much just that. These are the engines, by the way. You just put any flammable stuff like a lava bucket or a lava bucket in there, or maybe blaze rod, wood, logs, coal blocks, whatever's flammable you could put in a furnace, you can put in there to fuel them. But I suggest coal blocks if you want to power it for long, or if you have a mod that adds a bunch of new fuel types, you can put that in there. My favorite being Project E with the different types of fuel, because those actually work. Like white fuel block. Those things will give you fuel for a long, long time. They'll never run out. It's amazing. But it's just like you sit here for the transport, assemble the ship. This one is bigger than the cloud sweeper, not cloud sweeper, sky sweeper. This one is quite a bit larger. Oopsies. Also, some word of wary, something you should be careful about, is to not get your creations too close to each other, because they will get stuck and they will never get unstuck. It's if I do F3B, see their pink hitboxes? So the red one is their creation hitbox, and the pink one is their world hitbox. So you see these two pink ones, and if they touch or go into one another, they will get stuck and be unmovable. And so you just have two creations that are constantly lagging in the server or whatever world you're in. So don't do that. And the last one, I'll actually just put up right above it. This one being the Aether Breaker. It's the largest creation I've done. It's also the first one. Put this bad boy in. Takes a bit of time to get in the world. So, got this bad boy. I turned off mob spawning, but mobs still spawn. I don't know. But this one, the smallest one, the second smallest one, and then the absolutely massive one. This is the first one I built. So let's have things. It's the first one I built. This is pretty much the ship that got me into making airships in general. This was my starting point. Give it a second. There we go. That's an entity. But it is so big that it doesn't even render in half the time. Like, it's massive. It does move. Like the other ones down there below it. But its forwards and backwards speed is pitiful, to say the least. I'm very slowly moving backwards, and then this is forwards. Also, you see that tiny orange box? Here, let me get out this. And also, this tiny orange box here is the center of rotation. So if the little box is the center of gravity for your ship. That can actually change that thing's space, like where it is, by changing how the weight's distributed. See how this block has mass of 1,000 kilograms. Let's grab, let's say wool. It's 450 kilograms. This is 900. This is 780. This is 510. Actually, that's 900, 780, 770, 850, 770, 800, 800, 800, 1,000. I don't think bamboo should be that heavy, but who am I to judge? Bamboo's 980, 980, that kind of thing. Like stone, very heavy. Stone is very heavy. I think the heaviest is like maybe deep slate, 2,700. Deep slate, 2,900. Prismarine bricks, 3,200. Same with dark prismarine. Prismarine's pretty heavy. Normal prismarine is pretty heavy, but why is the sea lantern more? Nah. Dark prismarine and prismarine bricks are really heavy. Blackstone, really heavy. Basalt, really heavy. Redstone, really heavy. This, really, gold, really heavy. Redstone, really heavy. Emerald, really heavy. Lapis, really heavy. Actually, it's pretty light. Diamond, pretty heavy. Netherite, like, holy Mother of Joseph, very, very heavy. It's also really heavy. Coal's pretty light. 8960, 8960. All the copper blocks are all the same weight. That kind of thing. Like if I put a netherite block on the bottom of this orange box will move down. Not by much, because overall this thing is pretty heavy. The entire weight of this thing is pretty heavy. And word of advice when you're making airships like these, the best thing that you can do when you're looking for a design is either just think of some random aircraft from some kind of media and then just sketch it and then build it and kind of just design as you go. That's the best advice I can give you. Literally, when I was designing that one over there, I was looking at like IRL aircraft. IRL aircraft look like this. So I was to make that. Or with this one, I was thinking like you ever play the game FTL? Your little ship kind of looks like this. I was just thinking futuristic small interceptor aircraft or spacecraft technically. And this is what my brain came up with. This one, I was thinking massive blimp that's shaped like a boat. And that's pretty much it with my Minecraft showcase of the Sky Sweeper, the Star Cleaver, and the Aether Breaker. Primarily made of dark oak, zurine, and spruce. This one's technically this one's all like pretty much all vanilla. There's only one mod used to make this. Technically two, because there's two mods for it. Because there's Valkyrian Skies, which is how these physics boxes work. All the physics, everything. Make it so blocks can be turned into a block entity that can move outside of the world's grid system. That's Valkyrian Skies, and Eureka makes it adds the balloons. This block called a floater. That is how boats float. And the helm here makes everything, controllable. And that one uses only those two mods, the physics mod and the flight mod. Uh, these two are uses create in the build. Technically, I used create to paste them into a world, but in the physical build themselves, that one doesn't use any create. Only these two. This one uses create in multiple locations. Here, this is a copycat block. So is this. This is also a copycat block. The whole Azurine is from create. The doors are from create. The seats are from create. There's a little funny orange box. I'll have rid of this one. The doors are from create. The ladder is from create. Head down the flipping ladder. Go down. Are you bobbing? There we go. There's nothing maybe see down there. There's not much down there. These are copycat blocks. Those used to create. These are also create. The metal, these metal girders and the andesite bars are also create. Oh, and also forgot. There's copycat blocks here. It's kind of hard to notice. These are also copycat blocks here. The panels are great for adding texture to things like this. Allows you to add this texture to the front of something or to the side of something. Those are great at it. Because in these wings, there's actually balloons. There's actually balloons in the wings, but you won't be able to see them because they're covered by copycat panels and filled with barcode plants. But that will be it for my showcase. I will not stall any longer. Okay, maybe I'll stall a little bit. Aetherbreaker Village. This thing is massive. I also haven't shown like the entire interior of this thing. I've only shown the interior of that one and that one. That one is just that tube there. That one is just the tube there and the thing on the top. But this thing has 3 layers and a captain's quarters. Captain's quarters, blah blah blah. Just a seat where the captain can sit. This will take a while. Down here. Also, I designed everything myself. I did not have any other help from other people for this project. It took me like a week of building, not even designing, just building it. Took like a week of like maybe like 4 or 5 hours a day just building. I forgot to tell you this was if you're applying with a mod like I don't know, Brew and Chew, which is probably one of my favorite mods. You could put eggs here. And this could be like a bar. This could be like a bar. Walk up, get your drink, and continue through the place. Or this could be, if you don't have that mod, this could just be a reception area. It'd be like, they walk through either of those doors and like, hello, who's your pet? Let me see your pass. You get the pass. Like, okay, that checks out. Give it back to them. That could be like a signed book of bill or something that's signed with the organizer, or if you're on a server or something. The organizer is like it was signed by the organizer. Oh, let's do your pass or something. These banners are modeled after that, but I did make some mistakes, as you can see with the little points there and the rounded orange bit on that one stripe there. Going this way. There was another version of this design that had the lower levels here sectioned, but and also to replace the lanterns with frog lights. Also, wait, this place is lit. Just have full bright. There was another version that had instead of lanterns had frog lights, but I didn't want to use the full block, so I used copycat blocks to trace them in. But that didn't really work, and most of the time they just didn't release any light. So yeah, like that. So the engine room that uses. Oh, I forgot. This thing actually does use the great modules for these chutes. They're purely cosmetic, so you don't actually have to add them in the first place. But here's the engine, big ol' engine. This way, good. And also there is these floater blocks, like I mentioned, which is a block I mentioned earlier. And this makes it so if you're over water and the entire balloon like gets destroyed somehow and you're over water, there's actually enough flows in there, so if it does drop out of the sky, it could land in water and continue moving. I actually don't know how far the it sinks, but I think it sinks to about here, or even lower, like here. You still see the grandeur of the ship. And I originally wanted these stairs to be a drawbridge of some sort and actually go up and become the door here. But I don't know how to make those, so if I ever make those on a server or something, I'll ask someone to make those into a drawbridge to open the door. But there's my showcase. Big old blimp. Little striker slash fighter. Attacker, fighter. And then this little interceptor. It's kind of how I like to name them. It's like the fighter attacker, kind of like the F-18. Fighter attacker 18. Then this one's just a little interceptor. And this one's a big old exploration transport ship. But it's a cherry grove, that's nice. But I do believe that is going to be it for this showcase. And this has been also, this has been Sanctus Bellator. Yes, that is how you pronounce that. If any of you were wondering, it is Sanctus Bellator. And I'll see you around.